Hi everyone, it's Gillian here, back to share another of my quick, easy, cheap kind of journal, kind of not. It could be an element for a bigger journal, or it could be a standalone, just like little, you might call it a booklet, you'll see what I mean in a minute. Just before I tell you about that one, anybody who's seen the tissue box that I altered, I just wanted to show you how easy it is to kind of make things right on these things that we do. You may remember, if you've seen it, and if not you can have a quick look at that video, that I was a bit unhappy that the flap that I've got there that closes the box together was a little bit short. So literally what I've done is gone back to it, cut another piece of card that follows the shape of the flap that was already there, and I've extended that over, inked around the edge so that it all matches in, and then as you can see, because that's bigger, that holds it all in place very nicely. And I just cut the half circle out to kind of so that it went around that metal embellishment. So that was just to quickly tell you that part. So what I've got today is a quick use of only stuff I've got in my stash, and again making it cheap as well, and junky as like true to junk journals. I've used envelopes. So this is made, the basis is 3 used envelopes. That yellow one, which was a birthday card envelope, this one which was like a businessy envelope, and then a bigger businessy envelope that I've folded round, slightly bigger, actually it might not be, might be the same size. But as you can see, it kind of just all flaps out. So I literally started with the yellow envelope, and I altered it by adding that piece of leftover craft paper from another project. I used some more of, I've got so much of this vintage music paper, so I used some more of that. Started off by gluing the back of some used tissues where I've used tissues to decoupage on, so that was literally some of the back, just to give some texture. And then where I glued this piece of music paper, it didn't quite stick down, so it just coincidentally made a little pocket. So I made a tag to go in the pocket, which then when I've attached the other envelope, it holds that flap down of that envelope. So it was just an accident, but that worked. So the tag I've made from a clothes tag, which I've glued a bit of craft paper on, inked the edges, again the music paper, some little words out of a book, that goes into there. And then the back of that, so that's the back of the original envelope, I've decoupaged, no I haven't, I've decorated it with some bits of paper that were left over from another project, an envelope that I'd had made ready for journaling out of some of the vintage paper, and I've just put some black washi on to decorate that up a bit more. And inside that there's just some paper that folds out, that's for journaling on. I hand tea dyed that paper, so that pops into there, fits really well into there. And then my next step was to glue the yellow envelope to this other that was like a business envelope, so this brown shaped envelope. So I glued it to it, but I glued along one side, and then I've backed that with a piece of card so that that made an actual flap. sort of tuck spot, and then decorated that envelope on this side with the music paper, an image from a ticket from I think it was A Visit to Cyprus, where they're, yeah, it was Cyprus, where their tickets to their like antique places had these lovely pictures, art pictures on, so that's from that. And then inside that particular envelope I've used a big postcard that I didn't really want to get rid of because I really like that image. Can't remember the name of the artist at the moment that makes those, but I liked that, and then I've made a booklet out of it. So the back of that I left as it is, and yes, it's Fiona Owen who does these beautiful this beautiful artwork, and her husband F. John Owen does some other artwork which is not as attractive to me but will be more attractive to others, because, you know, art is so subjective, isn't it, whether we like it or not. So there I had the two together, and then I decided to add this third envelope, which what I've done is folded it around. I made the fold there so that the third envelope would tuck into that flap that I'd already made. Decorated it with lots of bits and pieces, as you can see. I'm pretty sure, I think these little digital images were from Macy Coates. I'll check that out and put it below. I put a tuck spot on the back of that bigger envelope and made a tag, or decorated a tag to put in there. Decorated that, and then you see this is a window envelope, so I made a journaling tag to put inside from magazine images and bits of the craft paper, and journaling space on the back. So as you see, that pretties up that window part of that envelope when that's inside there, and obviously you could use that sort of idea for putting family photos in or whatever. And then on the back of that I've just decorated with some washi. Sorry, I'm going out of screen, and lots of bits and pieces of leftovers, and then I've also put a tag in there, so it's a tag with a pocket on it and with another tag inside it. So there's journaling bits and pieces of space. Used a postcard as the back of that, made the pocket on the front, the journal notes there, journal notes across here, and that pops inside that space. I hope that I'm not sure how clear that's going to be, because I kind of just made it all up as I went along, and it's all from stash and making use of old envelopes that would otherwise have been thrown in the bin, and that tucked in there. I just really like it. It's very usable as it is, or as I say, you could tuck it inside a journal. So there you go, that's that one. Quick, cheap and easy. Bye for now.